Rights and responsibilities. The journey of Hindu women. Many Indian citizens believe that Hindu women have two major choices: whether they should embrace the right to be modernized, or if they should uphold their responsibilities to their culture. Traditional Indian women believe that this generation should uphold their responsibilities to their culture in order for the Hindu heritage to continue. Various Indians believe that there are five main aspects for women in Hindu culture. 1. Indian classical dance such as Bharatnatyam. 2. Cultural interest. 3. Arranged marriage. 4. Indian clothing. And 5. Bollywood. Indian classical dance. Bharatnatyam. Bharatnatyam is a famous traditional and classical Indian dance style. Bharatnatyam can be traced to over 2,000 years ago. It was first done in temples as a way to praise the gods. This dance involves body movements, facial expressions, hand gestures, footwork, costumes, music, and themes for the dance acts. Traditional Indian dance also requires countless hours of dedication. Because of this, traditional Indian women believe that dance is no longer a priority in the lives of modern Hindu women. Traditional Indian women believe that more of this generation needs to participate in Bharatnatyam in order to pass the culture on to future generations. Traditional dance is significant because the dance steps are reenactments of the religious text. By Chicagoans, Mrs. Ruth Varghese is seen as an inspirational person for how she is so devoted to her culture, even though she lives in a very modernized society. She is a cultural ambassador of Chicago and has even taught Bharatnatyam for over 40 years.
Have Bharatnatyam standards changed over time?
Yes, Bharatnatyam's standard has changed, but I think it's still within the frame. And of course we have to change according to the new generation, their demands.
Cultural interest.
How has the cultural interest in traditional dance declined in the past years?
It has declined, I think, because of economy and maybe because of other interests for kids, hip-hop or Bollywood. I think maybe 25% it has declined.
Mrs. Ranjan Patel has lived in India for over 50 years. She has seen India when everything was in black and white up to the modernization of today.
બા તમને શું લાગે છે કે આ જે નવી જનરેશનની આપણી ગર્લ્સ છે વુમન એ લોકો આપણી ટ્રેડિશનલ કેટલું નિભાવશે?
નવી પેઢી ઇન્ડિયન ફૂડ બનાવતા નથી આવડતું. એ લોકો નથી સાફ સફાઈ આવડતી, નથી વડેલીની સેવા કરતા આવડતી.
Some of the major gods include Brahma, the creator, Shiva, the destroyer, and Ganesh, god of the intellect and remover of obstacles.
Do you think Indian people have neglected their responsibility to their culture?
Yes, I think it's getting worse and worse. I think they're really neglecting their values, their culture, and they talk about their culture and they want to teach their kids, but they themselves don't follow. So I think they're really losing those values, and it's going down.
Do you think Indian culture overall has changed, and where do you see it in 20 years?
Of course, Indian culture has changed. It has adopted a lot of other cultures, and in 20 years I think it will be all mixed up.
Cultural interest is a huge responsibility for Hindu women because if they are not invested in learning, how can they teach their children aspects of their culture? In fact, the Vedas describes how a woman's main purpose is to aid her husband in duties and to take care of her family and kids. The Vedas are the most sacred books of India. They are the earliest literary record of Indo-Aryan civilization. The Vedas regulate social, legal, domestic, and religious customs of the Hindus. Arranged marriages. Arranged marriages are marriages planned by the parents of the bride and groom. The couple typically has little say in the matter.
બા એરેન્જ મેરેજ તમારા માટે કેટલું મહત્વ રાખે છે?
વધારે એરેન્જમેન્ટ વધારે પડતું સારું છે કે એ લોકોને આપણા સંસ્કાર મળે, છોકરો ભણેલો મળે, વિથ ઘર સંસાર સારું ચાલે.
According to the Vedas, arranged marriages are also a responsibility of Hindu women because the woman must be able to uphold her husband's family traditions. Indian clothing. The sari is the most commonly worn outfit for women in India. The sari dates back to the Indus Valley civilization. It is composed of a blouse and a piece of cloth that ranges from 4 to 9 meters in length.
આપણા જીવનમાં આપણી સાડી ઇન્ડિયન ક્લોથ્સ એનું કેટલું મહત્વ રાખો છો તમે?
સારામાં સારી ઇન્ડિયન સ્ટાઇલ આપણી સાડી કે જેથી આપણું શરીર ઢંકાઈ રહે અને આપણો ગુજરાતીનો પહેરવેશ સાડી.
Bollywood. Bollywood movies typically range from 3 to 4 hours in length. This industry produces more than 800 films yearly. Many Indians believe that Bollywood films reflect the transition in Hindu culture. Past films have a more conservative perspective on dance and attire. In fact, modern films are much more seductive.
બા બોલિવૂડ કેટલું ચેન્જ થયું છે? બોલિવૂડ મૂવી
બોલિવૂડના જમાનામાં અમારા જમાનામાં તો બહુ સરસ હતું કે સાડી ને પંજાબી હતું અને અત્યારના જમાનામાં અત્યારના જનરેશનને શોર્ટ કપડાં પહેરવાના, એકદમ ટૂંકા, એકદમ કહેવાય ને એવા કપડાં પહેરે છે.
Traditional Hindu women believe that the new generation of women have a responsibility to their culture, even though their rights in India are improving. Mumbai, the heart of Bollywood. Bollywood from 1956 to 2013. Bollywood after the Hindu Succession Act of 1956, which gave property rights to women, and then the Women's and Children's Institutions Licensing Act of 1956, which made learning available to everyone no matter the circumstance. Bollywood after the Equal Remuneration Act of 1976, which gave equal pay to men and women in the workforce, and then Mother Teresa of Calcutta's accomplishment of being the 5th woman to receive a Nobel Peace Prize. This was for her Missionaries of Charity congregation. Bollywood after the Freedom of Information Act of 2002, which gave every citizen freedom to the right to information, and then Pratibha Patil's achievement of becoming the first woman president of the Republic of India. Before, on-screen kisses, sex scenes, and languages other than Hindi were rarely found in movies. Currently, however, most Bollywood films contain inappropriate scenes and a mixture between Hindi and English. Because of these acts and actions done by women over time, traditional women believe that it has motivated other women to be more courageous and step outside of traditional Bollywood. These women also believe that along the way, the traditional values of Hindu culture slowly disappeared and are now almost gone. Many Indian citizens believe that Bollywood celebrities have a responsibility to consider what they portray because it will influence the younger generation. Although a faction of women believe that the right to be modernized is more important than the right to be traditional, such as in Bollywood, traditional women still believe that the new generation of Hindu women have a larger cultural responsibility that surpasses their right to be modernized.